flexion, the anterior glide of the fibula is associated with full flexion. Okay? So if someone is limiting full extension, you might need to do the posterior glide to the fibula in order to gain the full extension. If they're limiting into full flexion, you might need to do an anterior glide to the fibula to gain the full flexion. Now you can do it not at end range. In the way that we just did it, you can mobilize directionally and then stretch them into flexion. And you'll get most of your people better that way. There are techniques that you bring them into full flexion or full extension and then mobilize in the full flexion or full extension. Okay? Part of the reason is that it's like the fibula getting out of the way when you go into full flexion or full extension, and if it doesn't, then you get a muscle reaction around it. So that's why you do the mobilization, you get a neuromuscular quieting, you can get into your full stretch. And the other component to this is the tibial rotation. So you don't have the same radiocapitular joint as the way you have it in the elbow, where you have the directional glide for flexion extension. You don't have that same quality in the tib-fib joint. Okay, so you don't need that same glide that you have in the elbow. But what happens when you full extend or full flex, the tibia needs to rotate. And the tibia rotation is gonna create some arthrokinematic glide at the tib-fib joint. So if you're losing arthrokinematic glide at the tib-fib joint, it impacts the overall rotation of the tibia, which may only show up at end ranges. Okay? I wasn't going to go into that, but we're getting a lot of questions on that, so I'm telling you that's the reason for doing it. So for the purpose of this class, you're just assessing the direction of the glide, and you're going to mobilize the stiff direction. Now, in order the posterior glide, you might go directly to the posterior glide if someone isn't getting full dorsiflexion, because you need an associated posterior glide in order to get your full dorsiflexion. So that could be a directional technique that you do. Or you might do this because you're not getting full flexion or full extension in the knee. The other way you might be led here, on your back. Remember in our selective tissue tension test, the overpressure that we did at the knee? We did the quadrant scoops. So, sorry, you should look at your patient when you do this. You do the quadrant scoops, twist. If when you're doing the quadrant scoops, you remember when you were doing it, you're like, I feel like I can't get the full scoop. The range of motion isn't there. One of the things you're going to think about is the tib-fib joint. And then you say, okay, let me check your breakout. Let me go and check the joint arthrokinematics of the tib-fib joint. You can mobilize that and then go back to your quadrant scoops, and you can actually just do overall mobilization that way. It frees up the twists, and then you can get your full flexion or full extension. Okay? So you're led to doing tib-fib arthrokinematics in a few different ways. For me, one of the best ways is if they have in the screening exam, if they have a positive quadrant limitation. And then you check the tib-fib and then do it from there. You could also do it if people aren't getting full extension or full flexion. And you can check the posterior glide if people aren't getting full dorsiflexion. Okay? So there's a little more explanation in there than I intended, so I'm not holding you to that, but you are being held to the directional techniques. Okay?